If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host, Barbara, here with me. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I am. Hi, everybody.
And what we're doing today is something interesting, what I hope will be the first of a few shows where we have what we're going to do is we're going to have today, it's a psychic and a time traveler on the same show. Now, the reason I did this was because they probably have the same views of the future, but it's like from different points of view. For example, Hope, you're psychic, am I right?
Correct. Uh-huh.
Okay. Now, have you had any visions? I want to see what David thinks after you say this, but what is your opinion of things involving, like, say, the future for world events in, say, the next 3 months? Because obviously David has an opinion on that. But I want to hear your opinion on it.
For the next 3 months,
Yes.
For the next 3 months, it's going to be filled with fear. But fear is nothing real. So I believe there's just going to be like an onslaught of things that are not real. But after that, the truth will start to come out. After that, the world will have such a mass awakening of what the truth really is. So it's going to be a rocky road of fear and then the truth, and eventually the truth will set you free from everything that you're really afraid of. So it is going to be an up and down, really rocky road.
And when? Hope.
So
Holland, by the way, everybody, welcome to the show, Hope.
Thank you.
And yeah, so good to have you back. And also David Anderson, and he is the only time traveler on Earth. You can find him on Instagram, and you can find you, Hope Holland, on Facebook. Correct?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook as Angel Messenger 111. I'm also on Instagram as Hope Holland, the Angel Messenger.
Okay.
Now,
good.
So my question is, do you kind of agree with...
When? But can I ask, when is this going to happen, all of the fear of the people on Earth? Hope?
Well, it's already happening right now, but it's definitely going to intensify. Definitely within the next couple of months, there's going to be a lot of freedoms taken away. People are going to be shocked, but people are already being conditioned mentally to just follow what is being told to them. But everything will change. Everything will change. There'll be a huge awakening. And the truth will be revealed.
Okay, this is for 3
that
months.
Is what I see.
David, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that. That's pretty much the way I see it. What has happened is through the past 20 years, the governments of not only the United States but of the world governments have conditioned their people to, it's just been a blackmail basically, and they've created race wars. They've created put the people against each other. That's where everybody will be. They don't believe they've been lied to right now. A lot of people are thinking that all these conspiracies are true, such as the presidency that was taken away, and many things like that. They are believing they're true, and down the road in about 3 months, like Hope says, there'll be an awakening, and the people will start to see a little bit at a time that they've been lied to, and then the people of not only the United States but the world will stand up, and it'll come back around and be better.
Okay.
Well, isn't there going to be an uproar though before it gets better, because the people are going to be pretty upset?
Well, there won't be an uproar. Yeah, there won't be an uproar immediately. The people are going to wait and see, because the people don't know that they don't believe they've been lied to at this point. And so it's going to take a time period where the people will see that and adjust to it and believe it before the uproar becomes.
Okay. Sounds really serious and intense and, like you said, scary. So it's interesting how you both are totally on the same wavelength. Have you talked about this together? Have you met each other?
No, we've never.
This is the first time I've ever talked. Never spoke.
Wow.
Johnny. This is spiritual warfare. So we both feel what's happening.
Let me see something here.
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
I think that is mentioned in the Bible, correct?
Well, there will be spiritual warfare, but that will not happen. And I've been to 3150, and Jesus has not made it back by then, so it won't happen in most people's lifetimes.
Okay.
And I would like
is
to
that a
also
good thing?
I think so. Sorry, I don't want to cut anybody off, but I want to read something because this is important and for David's sake. I got an Instagram message from somebody that knows you, David, and he says, "Hello. So this time traveler wants me to tell you that what this does to prove he was real. First, I asked him to travel to a specific address in 1997, which no longer exists today because it burned in 2005. He traveled to that location and described it in great detail. There was no way he could have known. No images exist on the internet. I checked and double-checked, and there's no way that he could have known. The second test was to a future date where he taped a note on a rather cryptic message underneath his mailbox sealed in plastic. He indeed jumped through time several days ahead and told me exactly what the message said. He is real." I just wanted you to know that message was sent to me.
When was
I
it?
appreciate that.
Barbara?
I would like to know when that message was sent, because that's amazing. So somebody worked with you already, David, in 1997, and they just wrote Johnny that? Wow.
Yeah, this was
no.
This was written to me April 1st.
It was recently. Yeah, it was around April. A lot of when I came out about 60 days ago, a lot of people came out and they was giving me tests to make sure that I could do what they wanted me to do. And this individual came forward, and then he asked me to do those two things for him, and I did them with great detail. I mean, absolutely.
Wow. Okay, I really want to get into how you do that. I don't know what Johnny has for the show, if he has more questions before we dive into...
No, go right ahead,
really,
Barbara. Go right ahead, Barbara.
What? Okay, because...
Go right ahead, Barbara. Absolutely.
I would like to know what... Thank you. I would like to know what this entails for you to, accept somebody's request, or maybe you want to travel your own journey that day or night.
Right.
What
Right.
What entails, what is involved? Is there a very deep meditation prior? Just run us through how you actually time travel.
I do it physically. I found the doorway. It's similar to energy field. I would liken it to. I can go through that energy field and go to wherever I need to go. When I first started navigating, I went to when I went through the door, I went to wherever it took me. Over the years, I've learned to navigate. So now, if I want to go somewhere, I just go through the door. It's in likening to a book. I can kind of say where I want to go to a specific city, and I can go there.
Do you have to know the longitude and latitude, things like that, technically, or is it just more of a feeling and an address?
No, it's more of it. When I get into the door, it's in likening to a book, and it's hard to describe, but I can think where I need to go, and that's where I go.
And how did you know that you had this ability? What came to you for you to know to even try this?
Well, when I was in 28 AD, I was in slavery, and I was in prison. I escaped slavery, and I had a herd of black sheep and goats that I ran on the River Nile, and my sheep kept missing, and I would watch them, and they would disappear. And so one day, Pedro and we decided we'd go in their footsteps, and that's how we found the door.
Oh, wow. Because I feel like I can go into another realm, but people say that you need to be careful because sometimes the good spirituality out there is not really good. It's actually the devil that is disguising themselves as being good, and you might just not come back. So what do you think about that? There's been places that I've been lost, and I haven't been able to get back immediately. We've stayed there for a few years until we've gained the knowledge we needed to get back in the present time. But I don't liken it to anything spiritual, and I don't liken it to anything like that. And there is bad places in the world that's evil, and there's better places in the world. I've been to them all, but I don't liken it to anything being real spiritual. What is it, more scientific or?
If you're a facilities manager at a university, you know students rely on the cafeteria for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the occasional late-night snack. So when a dishwasher breaks down and dirty plates pile up, the mess hall can turn messy in the blink of an eye. Enter Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast delivery, the product you need now is never far away. So you can turn that dishwasher back into a lean, clean washing machine. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Well, I just wanted to know if it's then scientific. If it's not spiritual, what do you liken it to?
Well, it's more of energy. The doorway is more of energy. I think everything in the universe has been created by God, and I know that God created this doorway of energy, and there's only one in the universe. So, in that sense, I guess maybe you could say it spiritually, but I don't liken it to anything spiritual. Nothing spiritual happens because I go through or come back.
Okay, that's
now
good.
Interesting. I have a question. This is sort of the reason I wanted to kind of do this show was because of the fact that, and this is to the both of you that you're both here, David and Hope, is that apparently, according to David, Hope, you contacted him telepathically, and the thing that's interesting is that it seems like he was kind of surprised that you did that. So in a way, you kind of surprised each other with what the other one was capable of doing. If that makes seems like a fair statement to say. Am I right in saying that you kind of surprised the other one?
For some people, yeah. Go ahead.
Can I answer that? The first time that I talked to Jonathan about Hope, that evening, I believe, and I think that Hope can address this. Hope telepathically contacted me, and we did have a conversation. I think that Hope can agree to that. Is that right, Hope?
Yeah. Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into that conversation on the air, really, but you did. I don't think you even knew that I was telepathic at the time.
But so I look at everything through energy. We're energetic beings, so energetically, I can come and you can feel me touch you. So energetically, I can send something to you, but I knew that you would understand, especially with as a time traveler. You would understand.
Yes, I did, absolutely. And a few days ago, I told you that I was going to call you and talk to you on the phone, and I didn't need to do that because we've had conversation telepathically since then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not really
cool.
Really right.
I love that. I really love that you are using your tools and how exciting. And I understand you don't want to tell us your conversation. But, isn't your title, David, that you gave yourself did I get this right? The only time traveler on Earth?
That is my self title, and the only reason I go with that is because I am the only time traveler on Earth. There's no one else. 100% guaranteed.
Really? But what about the other people who say they are? I mean, are they getting mad that you are discounting
they possibly get mad, but there is no other time travelers.
Now, why do you think that you're the only one?
I'm the only person that has found the door, the energy field that I go through, and there is an object in the doorway that I can detect anybody that will go through it, and there's been no one go through it in over 2,000 years.
Why do you think that you were chosen as the only time traveler?
I wasn't chosen. I found it, and in the beginning, it was just travel. And as the years go by, it's become a mission to help people.
So it's more of a mission, not just, okay, I'm going to go enjoy flying around this wonderful lagoon, and it's beautiful.
Right. It's more of a mission. I can go travel anywhere in the world I want to on a moment's notice, but it's more of a mission for me now.
Oh, wow. And Hope, okay, what do you say about all of this? You must be quite excited to talk to David and connect with him.
I have a question. What is the difference? Because I have my Akashic records read, and so what is there's a difference between somebody that can actually tap into the Akashic records, because that's very hard to do, as versus a time traveler. So what is the difference? Because I've had my whole life read from my first lifetime, 8,000 lifetimes later.
Right. There is the way I liken it to it is a book of life, and that book starts from your previous lives from 8,000 to where you started, and it continues into the future the same way. But and I hope I'm answering this correctly, but the future is written as a book also, but it's changed. It's always changing within hours and minutes and even into years. So I'm not sure that answers your question, but does that help?
You as a time traveler, do you see the same things as what an Akashic reader sees? I guess is what the question.
Right. I do. I do see. And when I go through the gift of time travel is multiple fold. I see, and I'm somewhat psychic. I don't like to say that I am. And like I say, telepathy. And I mean, I've seen so many things over the years that there's so many unwritten laws in the universe that people don't even know about at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's the universal law that they really don't know.
And
they're
universal laws that people don't understand. They're laws until you've traveled the universe of time.
Yeah. That we speak, and not everybody speaks that language unless you live in that energy. And it's weird, we never met each other, but we still live in that same energy.
Yeah, we do live in the energy. I mean, it's crazy that I've had so much conversation. I feel like I know you because of the telepathy that's been going back and forth for the last weeks. But and telepathy is not really discovered until into the future, another 50 years, to use with in great detail with animals and other people and human beings, things like that.
Yeah, I have it really strong with animals as well too.
Right.
My daughter's cat. Hold on. She did. So funny story.
Yeah, Pedro. I mean, that's how Pedro and I communicate. Is it's telepathy. Pedro's got a mind and soul of his own. He's as crazy as they get. We have a good time together traveling the world.
Who's Pedro?
Let me ask you this: Has Pedro ever gone through the door without you?
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, he has not. Well, yes, he does. He does go through the door, but I always usually know he has went to it. So if I can't find him, that's where I go looking through the door.
Oh my gosh, how fun!
Yeah.
Oh, so let me ask you. Say, do you know when you're going to time travel? Is it your choice to do it, or are you slipping off in sleep? What is your physical body, your human body, doing while you are time traveling? Say I was over at your house and you were time traveling. What would I witness your body doing? Anything?
I would be gone. You wouldn't see me. I'd be gone. I'm physically gone. Yeah.
Physically, you just poof away too.
That's how I stay safe, is because I can travel in the past and in the future and live in the present. So it's.
What do you find more interesting, going into the past or the future?
I like the past the best. The future's got a lot of turmoil in it, and the future's not a fun place to be for anybody. And I haven't found a place yet in the future.
Oh, that's not good to hear. So who have you seen or spoken to while you're time traveling? Like the most unique experience? Can you give us a detailed experience?
One of the detailed experiences, I was helping the Aztecs when they was run out of Mexico, and so I helped them get out of there before they was all taken over and get out of there for their history and their precious goods. And I know where the treasure is, but yet that's a secret I'm going to hold for a while. So,
can you take something physically back where it's tangible?
No.
You can hold it?
No, I cannot take anything physically back.
So
when I go through the door,
who cares
when I go through the door, either. Well, that's true, but I can find if there was a treasure, I know where that treasure is today. Even though it happened in the future, but it's still in the same. But I can find it today.
How would that help? How do you think that you could help? What are ways besides, saving companies, and just what do you really want to help with when you are doing time traveling?
Right now, I'm doing this right now to help the future of the United States. That's why I came out 60 days ago, is because I can influence the future of the United States for the best, but I need the people to help me do it. And people ask me people ask me, why do I not just go do it myself and make the change? I can't make the big change by myself. It takes people to influence the future. Great numbers.
Okay, so where did you come out, and then what kind of response have you been getting besides this good letter that Johnny read to us from one of the people you talked to?
Right. I came out and just started using social media, whatever I can use on social media, and gained a big following on TikTok, and started some on Facebook and Instagram. I'm just trying to get the word out, and people are asking me to do little tests, so to speak, and I do the tests, and I'm right. I mean, I can do it right. There's no doubt that I can do it right, and so that's how I'm gaining respect, and I can use that respect to get a following to help influence the future. I know how to influence the future in the United States and the world.
I don't know if you said this yet, but this is something that's interesting to say. Okay, you told me that you are the son of St. Peter.
Correct.
Is that true?
That's correct, yes. I was in slavery, and that's when I escaped slavery. Right.
Okay.
I believe in this because I kept seeing myself as in prison. I kept thinking, well, going to be in prison? I mean, I'm a good person. I don't see anything I'm going to be doing that would put me in there. But, there's a lot of innocent people in prison, which I have a passion about, exposing. But this one psychic said, we had on the show, she said that I had been imprisoned before in a past life. Can you David, look into that and see if this is true. Barbara Moore, was I in prison?
Yep. Okay, I can look into that. Yes.
Thank you. Are you going to do it right now, or do we?
No. We'll have to get on the next show, or I can text you on it.
Yeah.
That's not something I can do right immediately. What I do is a little bit different than Hope. She has some feelings and what's going on, but when I do it, I actually go there and see it in person.
Okay. Why don't we see what Hope says?
Thank you for doing that.
And then you want to see what Hope says, and then maybe
sure.
David can come back?
Okay. That was going to be my next question. Well, then, Hope, do you see something about
so you were a male in your past life. I picked it up right away.
Hope.
And you were in prison.
Gosh. I keep having these dreams since my mom passed away just only 2 weeks ago, and so I'm opening myself up to her coming, and so I'm open. I kept, on 2 nights in a row, I kept changing. My face would morph into a man.
Yeah, you were a male in the past life. Yeah.
Oh, and it was creepy, but I let it happen. And I have told everybody on the show that my spirit guide, like I didn't know what our spirit guides, I kept looking for them. My face would morph into different characters, and I would remember it. I still remember. It's so detailed, these dreams. So be true that I have many past lives and my face just kind of morphs into all of these different people?
Yes, you have many past lives, and you carry that DNA with you through every single life. Every past life has something to do with this current life that you're living in. Everything that you've ever done, everything that you send to your higher self has everything to do with who and what you are now. So you're still one. You're still that same vibrating being, that just in different life forms, male, female, different colors, different orientation.
Oh, okay.
I have a question. What happens if David were to time travel into the future and run into somebody that he's going to reincarnate to?
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know that could happen because I may never die. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure that
your
could
soul
happen.
Is it correct to say this is your soul? Because Hope just said you're human. I forgot what you called a human.
We're having a human experience, but we're all energetic beings.
Would you call this your soul, the energy? Is it your soul, or is that the spiritual side of things?
I would call it my soul. I believe in soul, and it's a tough question for me to answer because I haven't died, and I've been around for a long time and don't plan on dying anytime soon. So that would be hard for me to meet my future soul, if that's
How old are you? Because I know you said a number AD before Christ. So right? Okay. What number was that?
2045.
2045. Okay.
Right.
That's so interesting that you know all of this about yourself and have been able to tap into this. And you weren't chosen.
I lived in many.
Right.
Well, I wasn't chosen. I just found it, and I taken on a mission of my own, so to speak. But I think it's a good mission. If I didn't have a mission, I mean, what would I do? My life would have been useless at this point because I wouldn't been able to help anybody. I've just been traveling through time, wasting time, and being around this long, I've had to do it, get a mission and to help people. There's nothing greater than helping people, with the littlest or the largest thing.
Of course. Yeah, but some people who are very spiritual, like they're Christians, they believe that Jesus Christ is their Lord and Savior, and if they witness to people about Jesus, that those people will go to heaven too. So they think that they are really changing of the world in a way, but you wouldn't feel that way if you were just a Christian or whatever religion leader. You wouldn't feel that was making a change.
I think people that are Christians or whatever religion they are they all have their beliefs, and their beliefs are valid, but they are making a difference. Don't get me wrong, they are making a difference, whether it's personally or physically or spiritually. They're making their difference in their time, but their time only is going to last for 80 to 100 years, and
right.
in my time, it's millennia.
Okay, that's a big difference. Well, were you ever in spiritual religion at all?
No, not technically. I know of Jesus, and I know what happened there firsthand. So that's what I've always believed in Christianity.
Okay. Did it happen like the way the Bible says?
Yes, it did. Well, I didn't see it happen. I do have firsthand knowledge that it happened because my father was there.
Oh, wow. Okay, so your father. Oh, Johnny said who your father was. Never mind. Okay, we covered that, right? Okay.
Right.
Wow, this is really cool. Okay, what about the people who say they're time travelers too? Have you gotten a message from one of them saying, "Hey, I'm a time traveler too, buddy"?
I've gotten a message from a few of them, but that's not how time travel works. You cannot go into the past and say you come from 3100. You cannot. It's just fake. It just doesn't happen that way. And I mean, I don't. It's hard for me to explain, but it does not happen that way. You can only communicate with the present, and you cannot change the past. And if they live in the past, they're dead, and they cannot communicate with the future. It's just not the way it works. Everybody that's doing that is just absolutely lying.
Okay. Do you believe in heaven?
I do. Not that I've been
there.
There. Just not only because of my beliefs of Christianity.
Oh, wow. Because I hear that that's the best place. Once you're there, you never want to come back, and you're kind of upset that if God says, nope, you're not done on earth, you got to go back, right. They're not happy. I've been watching a lot of programs about that. And
I've seen a lot of that over my lifetime. Is a lot of people, you see them say they went there, and there's no doubt in my mind that they went there, or some of them went there, and got a glimpse of what's going on the other side. So, but no, I haven't been there, obviously. So
is that considered time travel? Because if you say you're the only time traveler, so I just want to make it clear to everybody what that would be. Is that called an outer body experience then? Is different than time travel?
I would call it out of body, or maybe a spiritual experience. Time travel is physical. It's just not something you dream up in your mind and say you go to Washington D.C. for the weekend in a dream. It's not like that. It's actual physical.
Have any family members wondered where you were, and then you're back and you say, "Oh well, I was just time traveling"?
I do have family, and I've had them for about 30 years. So I've been in the present here for 30 years, roughly, and they know I time travel. They do not time travel with me, and they will never time travel with me, and they will live out their natural life, and I will continue.
Are they believing you?
Absolutely.
Do you care if people don't believe you? I know that you say that you want to answer questions to these people who want you to prove it, and you're willing to do that. But, I mean, that's a lot of your energy and time, I would imagine.
It does, and it's taken up a lot of my time and energy, absolutely. But when I do, and somebody can say, that this guy did that, or I can prove it somehow in mass, then that's the way to get credibility. And that's what I'm trying to do. And a lot of people, frankly, say that I'm not, and then I'm nuts. But if I am, I can still do these things with amazing detail.
Okay, so will you ever start charging money to do this for people?
I have to make a living also, but at this point, I've never charged anything, no.
Now,
what are you
can I say
doing
something?
for making a living? Hold on, Johnny, one quick second. I'm just curious.
I am a farmer, and I make my living.
Okay, a farmer. Oh, great. So that's wonderful. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I've been throughout time.
Before I ask this question, I want
it.
to know if it's okay for me to ask it. Is it okay if I bring up what David said about you, Barbara, what was going to happen in the future with you?
Sure.
Okay. I asked him, and the reason I'm bringing this up is so that Hope can chime in. This is what I said. Apparently, I'm trying to arrange for us to meet. Me and Barbara have never met. And she says that she will be going to Florida in September, but she's not sure if when Barbara goes to Florida in September that she will be going to see me, that she'll be going to see someone else. And you also told me that I would late in the month of June. And that's what you told her. Now, do you see that? Does that line up with what you see, Hope?
Yeah, I feel like there's people that Barbara know near where you live. So yeah, she's going to see them as well too.
Oh.
But I don't know about the time frame. You're talking about in June?
Okay.
But Johnny,
she says
that's not like a big thing. I mean, we're planning on seeing each other, meeting each other. I'm going to fly there. You're going to fly here. I mean, why do you need a psychic to tell you this? I mean, isn't there some other burning, bigger question that you have?
I'm going to give Hope a chance to chime in, but there probably are other questions.
I know, but we've talked about this on the show so much. So it's not really a question that people don't know. I mean, not that.
Well, I mean, did you pick up on anything else
with
from
the world
Barbara
and the way that it is? I hope. Yeah, I hope it really didn't happen in June, but it's going to happen. But
when you talked to Barbara, did you pick up on anything else, David, than what you told me?
No, I have not picked up anything other than what I told you.
Maybe he's not tried. But he's going to try for me, which I'm so grateful for, because I know this stuff is going to take time and effort and energy, a lot of energy probably. And I appreciate you that you're going to be finding this out for me. And what was I wanting to know? I want to know about the prison.
Wanting to know if he was in prison. Yes.
Yeah, because I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah, I can. When Hope says that, I see in my mind's eye, so to speak, and I can see you there as a man also. I just had to find out where you was.
Oh, wow. What do you guys think about me with those dreams of morphing, my face just going into like the scruffy-ish, not a long beard. I was still my age. It was like I was the same age, but just a male, and my face would turn into that. What do you guys think about that?
Go ahead.
With everything going on, I feel like you are going through an awakening. Your body is like recalibrating. We become like who we are at certain times. So with your vivid dreams, everything is just coming alive for you right now. And for some people, they don't even know like what the truth of the detail behind it is, what that we can morph into different phases. I can morph into a different phase depending on what energy that I'm in. So it really depends on what's happening. If you're in this extreme, vivid, real dream, you might be in a whole other dimension where you are something different. It really depends on the energy that you're really in at that time that you do become.
Can you become an animal?
I've seen people where they just started to resemble an animal, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, is there something wrong with my vision? But I have seen people where it's like, wait a minute, and you're like, you freak yourself out for a minute, like something's going on, but you do see them. But yeah, I have heard where people have had that ability.
I can imagine you would freak out a little bit, because you have to remember, I mean, you guys are still human beings. I mean, you're going to have human natural reactions to this, and it can be scary at times, I'm sure. It's really interesting. Wow.
My awakening was the most scary experience because I saw bright green even when I closed my eyes. And it's because I was having my awakening, thank God, with Archangel Raphael. And I couldn't understand why I saw green. I was going to call 911. Like, I couldn't get the green to go away. And my aunt came through and told me that I was going through a spiritual awakening, which I had no idea what it was or what it was about. And it did take me about 2.5 years. But it was very scary, but I shed everything I needed to shed in order to become who I am. And it was so worth it. It was so scary, and I journaled all through it. So I suggest anyone going through an awakening, because there's so many people that are about to awaken, start journaling. And you know what? Now that you're having vivid dreams, Barbara, this is a good time to do a dream journal, because you're going to get a lot of and a lot of messages that you're going to need to know.
And you can forget. So right when you wake up, write it all down. It's important. And I regretted not doing that, because you think, oh, I'll remember that. I do remember a lot, but it's going to fade. Just like when I saw for the first time ghosts, and I had felt spirits many times, but when I actually saw them moved here 2 years ago and saw them, and then the lady was found in her apartment with the dog. I saw her and the dog at 2 a.m., ghosts. I know it was her. And then police were there the next day getting the body out. It was decomposing. So, and I called Johnny right away, and I said, get this on the record. And he let me. And I have that show. We'd never aired it, but I have it all on record. So even I would suggest getting your recorder ready. I always have that instead of notes all over the place, and record it.
I used to do that with the Maxwell tapes from the old recordings.
Yeah.
Because it was just so much easier, but then you have all these tapes. The first time I spoke to Jonathan and he mentioned you, I saw you being pushed. And I'm like, she was pushed by a spirit. And he was like, oh my gosh. Like, and
you were the only one.
Story. Yeah.
You were not the only psychic that said that. And so that was really interesting. David, I had a very bad stair fall in Mexico down my friend's staircase and off the side. And it was really very traumatic. And Hope and another psychic said that I was pushed. Do you see? Can you get in there really quickly, or is that going to take time for you to see that?
No, I can actually see that also. I can see the stairway where you was. I was going to ask Hope while she was explaining that. Do you, when they're telling you these things, do you see it in like mind's eye type thing? Is that how you see?
Yeah, I could see it happening.
Okay.
And also, it's weird. So way back, I don't even know what year. I'm really bad with dates. I don't live in, I have no concept of time for some reason. So, and that's including dates as well. But do you remember when people would get information, and it would come like through this glass thing, and it would be on this tape, and it would be like, and whatever needed to be said was like written out. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
One of those
I do.
machines.
Right. Yep.
When I read energy, it literally is coming out like on tape of telling me exactly what has happened, like what has transpired, what words were actually said, like what was in a conversation. Yes, but it comes out on one, like on one energy field, on one line, and it's just the truth of everything. So it's really, I stay on that one energetic line, and it shows me and tells me everything that I need to know about like certain situations.
Okay, so
I agree. That's how it happens to me.
Oh, I love that. Okay, is this coming in English, or could it be other languages?
For me, it's English. I'm sure for other people that have the ability that speak other languages, it would be that they understand.
But sometimes
it's not always. It's not always English. Lots of times it's just a telepathic, and you're at that point you're all knowing of what just happened. I am.
Yes, they say that happens in heaven with God. That happens the telepathic. There's no reason to actually speak it. So, wow, that's really cool.
On the point, they only speak through telepathy. They don't use words.
Can you tell me why? I mean, is this a thing where you just see something, or do you know the meaning behind, like, why would I be pushed by a spirit? And I've been back 2 times since. Should I have not have gone back? That's my best friend's home. He's not moving. Should I be afraid to sleep in that room again? Either one.
David? Uh-oh. No, I think that somebody was jealous. It was a jealous female that pushed you. But you're okay there. You're okay now.
Why am I okay now?
Just things happen at weird times. I've seen a cameraman literally get pushed and knocked down, like, so hard, and then we've walked through that same place that was haunted, and he was completely fine. They just do, like, random things. I think it was somebody that was jealous. Like, spirits can get jealous. Spirits, they do, especially if they're stuck in a loop and they're stuck in a lower dimension, they do things. They do push you. They do pinch you. They do try to.
Coming back. It's coming back, you guys, because I've been having falls, like weird falls, and maybe I'm neurologically damaged with all these concussions, but I don't think so. I fell again at my mom's house when I was trying to fix a blind. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm a dancer. I have great balance. I fell on my arm and my leg, bruised it up horribly from a ladder. And then I got
like
home.
In the last couple of months?
Yes, this was just when I was visiting her on April 14th or 15th. That happened. And then when I got home from that, I was just in my apartment. Bam, I fall down again, slammed to the ground. I'm like, what is going on? This is not normal.
There is. So, David, you can tell me if you agree. I've been feeling like I'm walking in a fish tank. There is something that the Earth and this planet and all the other planets that are energetically going through, and everybody is completely off balance. Literally, when I walk, I feel like I'm going up and down, up and down, up and down. And I have a friend, Joyce. She's extremely psychic. And we were talking about this the other day because we don't talk about this with other people. And she has tumbled over more times than she can count because it's just getting her footing. Everything is changing at such a fast pace right now. So that might
mean we're more sensitive. And we are sensitive, like your friend Joyce and me, maybe, because I am very opened up to all of this. Being on this show, I've learned to open up in the last 2 years, and this is when all these weird things are happening to me.
We're actually entering into a higher dimension. We were in the 3rd dimension, which is a pretty low base dimension. Most people now are shifting to the 5th, and it's the shift of the 5th that people are trying to calibrate their body to new energies, new frequencies. Everything just is going to feel new. But the fact that you're in the 5th, you have been a really good person. You've done good things. People that are stuck in the 3rd, those are the low vibrating people. And you will see the difference between the two. Yeah. I know this is
and I've noticed you're different. Since I met you. I have. You've evolved, and it's great. It's all positive, what I've seen. So that's amazing. And then, David, is this positive for you? I mean, it sounds like it's a positive thing for you as well.
Yeah, it is. It's very positive. Yep, it is. And I think that everybody's on, tripping over everybody else because the time is starting to go so fast, and there's so much energy in the world, and it's all kind of in a ball, and people don't understand it right now.
What can we do? I mean, I don't want to get slammed to the ground anymore. I don't like bruises. And what if one time I land wrong and it's broken? I've never broken a bone, but it's a lot of slamming. I'm being slammed down. I'm being attacked. Is it the devil?
What I tell everybody to do in that situation is people talking to each one of us in your mind, so to speak, and people need to understand that and listen. Because there's people telling you something from the spirit world or those places constantly, and if you understand that and get in tune with that, you won't fall over as much, you won't trip as much, you'll be more knowing of things that's coming in the future.
Okay, and also keep the journal so you can refer to it.
Keep the journal.
And should we be careful, more careful? What are things that we can do for experiencing being slammed down and feeling like we're being attacked? If somebody says, well, it's the devil's attacking you, what can we do as human beings to protect ourselves?
I like to put myself in a white light of protection. I do as much grounding outside, just connecting to Mother Earth, just staying in tune with the universe as much as possible so I can ride through this shift as easily and peaceful as possible, because right now people are just being torn left and right. It's just a crazy time right now for everybody. And the only thing you can really do is not worry about it. Don't fight against it, but go with the flow. Believe in your faith. Believe in yourself. Believe that you will get buy-in to everything that you're hearing, but trust your instincts more in this world. And definitely just go out there and just ground yourself. Put your bare feet in the earth and tell yourself that you are sturdy and you are stable when you walk. When we put the intention out to the universe, it comes back in experience.
Okay, I will do that. And I saw this like flash when David was saying that what he does now, he's a farmer, or that's what he's been doing in this lifetime. A farmer, that is like Mother Earth stuff to me. Yeah. It's like he's, working, growing things. Yes, I felt that. Yeah. So I felt that was a good thing for you personally to be doing. So wow,
yeah. You got to be grounded. It's good. It's good just to walk around outside in the dirt with your shoes off. I mean that absolutely grounds you. And what Hope just described, I couldn't have said it any better. I mean, that's just she's reading my mind. So that's exactly what people need to do.
Oh, that's so awesome. Okay, I'm looking you up right now. I just basically Googled you, and something comes up on YouTube, which we'll watch later. A lot of things are coming up, David Anderson, about you. Many things on Amazon, in Washington Post. Read it, YouTube, everything. So can you tell us again your handle on Instagram so everybody can follow right now, including me?
Instagram, I am the only time traveler on Earth.
Okay. I will look that up right now, and I want to follow you. And
if
what
you want to look on
Hope?
Facebook, I am the only time traveler on Earth.
Okay.
Excuse me, I am the time traveler on Facebook.
Time traveler. Ooh, I like that. It's cool that you got that, like it was meant to be. Okay, everybody go follow and support. And also, Hope, where do you want people to look for you first?
They can follow me either on Facebook or Instagram at Hope Holland, the Angel Messenger.
Okay, I like that, the Angel Messenger. Wow. Okay, Johnny, do you have questions? Because we're not done here.
My question is that I think Hope said something about what she was in a past life, and I don't want to bring it up without her saying it's okay. Is that okay, Hope?
No, it's okay, 100%, yeah.
She said that basically she was the one who told Mary that she was pregnant with Jesus.
And that everything would be okay.
Oh.
Yes.
But
now,
that
your
was
opinion on David?
Record.
My opinion?
Yeah.
Is I went and seen that, and that's how I told you that I knew about her. I actually went to that time and seen that happen. Yeah, so that's true.
Well, I had that read in my Akashic record by a gentleman who's very renowned, other than Edgar Casey, and that's exactly what he had said, and that's exactly what David had said as well, too.
I feel it.
Yeah. When I heard it, I was like, what? Yeah. But then I also had a vision where I was speaking, and I said, I want to know my real father. And they said my father was Abraham. So I know back in my past lives, I've had experiences way back with these people. So that's when I really believed it, is when I had that dream. Well,
and how does that make you feel? Because that would make somebody, I would imagine, to feel important.
It felt good. I don't remember a lot of it, of that life, but it's not something that you can really share with a lot of people because they just look at you like, okay, but it's really true, you know.
I know.
They can't relate.
Yeah, there's only certain people that can really relate to that level of truth.
Oh yeah, people were put in insane asylums for saying things like that a long time ago. And people who die and come back in 30 minutes at the hospital. Okay, you were officially, pronounced dead, and now you're alive. But when the person goes to tell the doctor, who might be an atheist or just a non-believer of any paranormal, they think they're crazy, so they have to be quiet right away. Otherwise, they start feeding them drugs that they don't want. I've been looking at all of those on a documentary, and it's so interesting. But none of them could actually express it how they wanted to. So I am so proud, Johnny and I are proud that we have this safe platform here where you guys can come and express this and feel accepted and believed. Does that feel good?
It really does. It really, really does. And that's why I live in a community where there is acceptance. And it's important that people with gifts surround themselves with people with gifts so you can have these conversations. Because if not, you're just talking to yourself and wondering, are other people out there feeling that same way? And
I'm glad we brought you guys together.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I agree. And what I do is the same situation. I over the years, it's hard to learn who to trust, and you only tell people you can trust, and it's just like Hope. And I have other individuals that I've trusted over the years, but now I've had to come out and take jeopardize my security to help who I need to help right now. So that's why I'm in the position I am now.
If you're telling somebody like me, can you tell? I mean, you're telepathic. Can you, or do you care, or do you try to know? Ooh, that person doesn't believe me right now, or I think they are believing me now. Can you feel that, or do you care?
I can feel it, and lots of times I can tell people to stay and listen. And if they hear me, I know that they are caliber that they would agree with what I say and believe.
Okay, what did you think? Did you feel something from me in the beginning, and did it change in the middle?
From you?
Yes.
Yes.
What
absolutely.
was it? What was it?
You had doubt. You just have doubt, just like everybody else did, and you've got tests that you'd like me to do to gain my acceptance.
Yes, that's right. I did.
Just like everybody. Everybody's got a test, because it's hard to believe unless you can do things firsthand. And without that, I mean, I get the test, but at some point the tests are going to end because it'll be common knowledge.
Okay, and I know that everybody has intuition, which is a paranormal. Everybody has a little bit of psychic in them. Can you tell the degree of the amount that a person has or is utilizing? Let's say Johnny, can he be the guinea pig? Is he clairvoyant? Can he be? Is he not using it? Like that, can you do a test on him right now?
Me or Hope?
Yes, you first.
I can.
Then Hope.
I don't think he's using it to his ability.
Either do I. And I encourage him to, because, right, he's not using it.
Somehow I guess this answer, I think it's because of the fact that 9 times out of 10 on the show, I try to ask other people to be the guinea pig other than myself. Like it's usually I'm not the one who, and it's only because I try to share this show, so more than I would, then I'm the one that actually is the one who is talking. I do think that that's funny. I'm not. It's funny because, like, for example, when I've been on the phone with Hope, you know, there is a connection that I have with Hope. I will say this, and that, you know, and I don't know if you've noticed this, David, but I nicknamed her Beach Girl because she sounds like she's sitting on the beach all the time whenever she's talking.
She's mellow.
That's
yeah.
great. I wish I was sitting on the beach all the time.
And so it just sort of looks like that, and I think what it is that I'm most of these, there's a lot of people that I've ran into that just would love for the experiences to be able to talk to people like you. So very rarely am I the one that actually is read or I'm the one that actually is like, oh, gee, well, what did you experience? It's more like I call myself the waiter because I feel like I kind of act like a waiter on the air. I wait on people. I make sure everybody's okay. So, but I understand what you're meaning about not using your ability, or something. I will tell you that maybe this is an example of me doing my intuition. It was 1992, and I don't know if this happened to either of you, if you experienced anything like this, but Ross Perot had announced that he was dropping out of the race, and he was on Larry King Live. And I was watching it, and I said to Dad, he's going to get back in the race. And Dad said, for God's sake, son, he's not going to do that. He'd be so stupid to get back into the race. And I said, he's going to get back in the race, Dad. And, well, we all know what happened. And it was something about when I watched the Larry King interview that when he talked about how he was dropping out of the race, that made me think that he was going to get back in. And I'm just curious, did either of you, and this is including Barbara, did any of you get that feeling when he dropped out that he was going to get back in?
Honestly, I don't watch politics except for this past election. It's the first time I've ever been involved in politics because it is so corrupt. My energy can't handle it. I really can't.
I remember.
Yeah,
I remember that interview, and I knew what was going to happen beforehand. So no, I didn't have the same reaction you did, but so I knew the outcome already.
There was something that jumped out at me. They just said, no, he's going to get back in, because it was just sort of like he didn't. I don't know if it was psychic or just logic. But this is the thing that really bugs me, and that I've seen skeptics do, and it's true that they say this, but really it's funny that they say this because they wouldn't convince me if it happened. Whenever I tell people about this, they always say because the disagreement I got with my father, I've heard people say, well, you should have bet money that he was going to get back in the race. Well, that wouldn't have convinced you. That's why I really hate it when people do that. I mean, it's like you get something right, and then people say, "Well, why didn't you bet money on it?" Well, like that would have convinced you anyway. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
I think you should. I think psychics should go to the horse races all the time and make money, but it doesn't work like that. I guess they can't do it for themselves, or I don't know. Our psychic Del Shear says no, she can't do that. Why is that?
No, there's a code of ethics that you can't cross. So if we could get the winning lottery numbers, number one, I don't think a lot of people would break that. Well, maybe they would, depending who they were. Just like we can't see our own love life. There's lessons that we have to learn. So certain things are blocked. So that definitely is blocked.
Yeah, I agree.
Wow. That would be great, though, I think, if it did work.
Oh, wouldn't that be the best?
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Well, see, Johnny, you already know that you have it within you, and I just want you to enjoy life here on Earth the most. And if you could tap into it, it's so fun.
Now,
it really is fun.
I have a question about. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, I didn't mean to cut you off. I wanted to ask you, I didn't ask you to do this yet, but David, did you do any future checking on Hope?
No. No, I haven't looked Hope up on anything. I haven't really did any testing on her or anything. The only thing I needed to know was that first day when she contacted me, and over the last week we've had the same conversation telepathically. Okay. That's all I needed. That's all I needed to know.
Is there anything you want him to check on? Is there anything you want him to check on?
Feel like he's answered everything. Like in my it's already like confirmed and.
So when I speak, I speak like in a vision in my mind's eye when I speak, and when I hear things over the telephone or radio, I can hear them through and actually see them like a movie in my mind. And so everything we've talked about, I've been watching the movie today, and it's all been great.
Love that. I really do.
So,
I love that we brought you guys together because of the show.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Yeah. We got a lot more to learn from
I can't
from Hope.
wait to go.
I thought I knew a lot, but now I need to dig into Hope a little bit more.
Yeah. And have you written any books?
To help wake people up in what's happening right now.
Yes. So
sometimes you get put on the same
Correct.
mission with somebody, and they end up in your life for a certain reason.
I agree.
That's wonderful.
I agree.
Okay. Well, Johnny asked about me, and you know, he had a specific question about me traveling to Florida, which to me, I travel all the time. So to me, that's like not a big thing to ask. But he doesn't travel all the time, and it was. And I didn't even get the answer. So did you come up with the future for me with the travel plans, David?
I did. I forget what month I said you was going to travel. I think it was in September, but I did go there. I seen you in Florida in September. You was with 3 other women, and I seen you near the beach. So I knew you was there, but I didn't see you with Johnny.
Okay, because we came up with that my ex-boyfriend of 30 years ago, which I am in contact with still, he lives like just 4 miles down, or not even that much, right, Johnny? And we Google Earthed it. They live both on the beach, and I thought, hey, I could see Mac and Johnny at the same time in a second home.
I didn't see you with him. I seen you there in the beach with 3 other women. That's like I said. That's how I knew you was there.
Well, okay. So then, if that happens, I will let you know in September.
I've seen you with a man.
What, Hope?
I did saw you with a man.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, he has a lot of friends, so there's usually a lot of people around. He's a very social person, so maybe that's when. I don't want to go then, though. We wanted to do something for my birthday in August and have a big party and have Johnny be here for it to meet all of the friends, most of the people who've been on the show. So that's what we're hoping you guys would say.
You're hoping to meet in California or Florida? In California?
Well, both, but we just didn't really know what one was going to come first. And my birthday's in August, and I thought, oh, wow, everybody's going to come to my birthday party, and then we'll kind of do a duo party, and then Johnny will be there. Do you see anything like that? And can you tell me what my birth date is in August?
I can't. I'm not able to see that. Hope might be able to. I could if I went there, but I haven't been to know that yet.
Okay. Hope, will you tell me, or do you ever guess? Do you guess?
No, if I don't know, if I don't see it clear, because I'd rather be 100%.
Well, yeah.
Can I guess the 17th?
I'm not thinking that's the 17th. Is not your birthday, but I just keep saying 17, so that's not me knowing.
Yeah, I like that. It's an odd number. And it's an odd number, and so that's close. It is a close. But no.
It is odd that me and Hope just came up with 17th, though.
Yeah. be easier for the reunion for you guys than Florida. There might be a lot of distractions in Florida.
Yeah, probably. I'm looking at the calendar right now because I'm trying to see what 17. Okay. Well, no, my birthday's on the 21st. So
you're gonna have your birthday a week early.
Both odd numbers, and it's within the same week. The number that you guys were seeing.
Yeah, I knew that it wasn't your birthday, but it kept coming up the 17th. So something on the 17th, just like circle it, so you find out what something is going to happen on the 17th. Maybe that's when you guys are going to plan something, or
but I'm not
going
to die, right? I'm not going to die.
No, God, no.
Can you see if somebody's going to die, though?
I sometimes get a date, and it's horrible. I don't like it at all. But sometimes I do, yeah. And it doesn't feel good at all.
Can you guys tell me how my mother is doing?
She's doing very well, and she is with you, and she is with your family. Like she's with you. You can feel her. You can talk to her. You can hear her. She hasn't gone anywhere yet. Like, she's not leaving you yet. They have time before they need to go to where they go to make sure that everybody's okay. And you're doing very well. You're very, very strong. But she's so proud of how strong you're really handling this.
Thank you. And are you saying that she's proud of me, that I'm handling it well?
She's proud of you. Everybody, I feel it through my whole soul. You're doing extremely well, even though their body has transitioned out of their physical body and they're in their etheric body. They're still with you. They don't automatically just go. Sometimes they stay around. They'll leave coins. She'll leave her calling card that you'll know it's her, and then it'll just be a pattern in your life, and you'll always know that she's there.
Okay, so I need to look for the signs so I can enjoy that, correct?
Yes, and everyone is different. There's a man that I took care of before he passed on. He leaves pennies, but he'll leave like 27 at one time, like a crazy amount where you can't explain it. Some people leave feathers. Some people will knock on the door or a wall. She will leave her calling card to you where you know it's her.
Oh, I love that. That's so exciting, but I was hoping that she was in heaven already because that's where she wanted to go so badly. She was not afraid to die because, she dedicated her life to the Lord, Jesus Christ. I mean, she ran the, CBS Christian Women's Club for years and did lectures studying, and, it was all about the Bible and studying. So she really wanted to go see Jesus and, like you said, be with the family that has passed.
So when you do transition to the other side, you automatically are in the other side. So she is there, but she's still able to be with you at the same time. When my aunt
but
first
can she always be with me though when she's in heaven?
Yeah. She can always, and you can feel her touch you 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 40 years from now. You will still be able to feel her and when she comes through. But when they first transition, they want to make sure that you're okay. Even though they are on the other side. She is with Jesus. She is on the other side. She is within the light realm. But she's also, you can be in multiple places. She's also around you to make sure that everybody is still okay. Everybody is standing strong.
Okay.
Because everybody is so different. And so they make sure. But she's definitely saying how strong you really, really are handling this.
Yes, that has given me comfort, and being by her side right before she passed and holding her hand during all of that has given me comfort because I have no regrets because I was able to tell her everything and how much I loved her. If somebody just called me and said, your mom passed away, and just out of the blue, I think I would be not handling it so well right now. That is what is giving me strength, so that's good. And do you, David, see anything to do with my mom? And then I wanted to ask about the ghost again.
I agree with everything. As Hope is saying it, I would have to agree with everything you said. She's absolutely right. Your mother's just right. It's as if you can stick your hand through a veil and your mother's right there, that close to you.
I've been talking to her, you guys. I feel that, and now I just got chills all over my arms, and that means you can feel the angel. Okay, I say, hey, Mom. Oh, Mom. And I'll just talk to her like she's here. I've been doing that in the last 2 weeks since I've been home. That's so cool. So she really is hearing me. You're confirming that, right?
Yes. And the fact that you got goosebumps when you said that, that is the confirmation of the spirit world.
I'm like, hey, Mom, where were those Italian boots? I forgot to ask you about those. No,
she probably
just
gave you the answer in your mind.
Yeah, and I picture where they are in her home, which I'm going back to, because she wanted me to have every single thing I wanted. And I was here for almost 2 weeks and didn't unpack her belongings because I thought, ooh, that's going to be sad. And yesterday it was, but not a bawling, crazy, crying sad. It was just, you're holding something. You remember your mom wearing this, beautiful jacket, and here it's yours now. And, you want your mommy, and, you miss her. And so those were coming back to me, those memories. And I thought, this is getting harder. It's not getting easier, but it's only been 2 weeks. I'm going to be going through a lot of emotions, I'm sure, throughout life.
Yeah.
Losing your mom, that's a big deal, especially if you were really close like we were. So that's been going on. So thank you for confirming that, both of you. It really helps. And I always encourage people to talk to psychics, good intention, like the both of you, because that can offer so much comfort to be able to know that there's still a connection with their loved one, to know that they can actually talk and communicate with that loved one. That helps so much, everybody who's listening. It really does. And we offer that so much here at Life After Happiness. So thank you for that so much. And anything else, Johnny, that you have that you want to add?
I can't think of anything. But I'm curious, does either of you, or either you, David, or Hope, have any questions for each other? Last question for each other?
I don't have anything for Hope. Like I said, I'm in more contact than you believe or anybody really has knowledge of with her. So I don't, but I hope you have anything you would like to ask me.
No, I feel like we're completely connected. Like I can feel whatever, like whatever question I had was already like answered and confirmed. And
I agree 100%. That's exactly how I feel. And I think maybe we was meant to cross each other's paths. So that's kind of the way I see things.
I agree too, 100%. 100%.
Oh, yes, for sure. Oh, I do have one last question because I find this so interesting. David, did you say that you are not going to die here on Earth? You're going to keep living, or do you die and come back as a different, reincarnated as a different look?
I will not die until I choose to, unless of course I'm killed, or I can die, but I try not to. Plan on living on to another 1,000 or 2,000 years.
Yes, but we all try not to die. But it's not about your human shell. It's about your soul, but don't we all have that to where our soul is living forever?
Well, I believe your soul is living forever, but I'm a little bit different than most people. I'm physically living, so that's the difference in me and most people. Is I'm physical living, and I will continue to live until I choose to die or I'm killed. That's the way I see it.
And do you know what's going to happen after that, if that does happen, if you choose or you're killed? What next for you?
I don't know. I don't know that. I've never been to heaven, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, we hope that you'll come back, and Hope has been back many times on the show. Oh, great.
Yeah. Yes. I would love to. I just want to say, because I want to have David on my birthday, And
Okay.
you said that you would do that, right?
On the 28th, I believe, right?
Yes, that's the May, yes.
Yeah. Yep. I got it planned, and I'll be happy to
Okay.
come on anytime you can fit me in.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Wow.
You're gonna
Well,
on the 28th, just to let you know, you're going to meet Dale Shear. And the reason I say that is that you can go ahead and check on her. Okay?
Okay.
okay, on the
I
28th.
I'll check on it.
It's a Friday, obviously, because that's when we have Dell on. So, hey, I always
Yep.
feel like when we land on a Friday or a Saturday for our birthday, because that's the best for parties.
Well, I look forward to coming back.
Awesome. Okay, everybody, I just want to make sure you know where to find our two wonderful guests. David Anderson. Look for The Only Time Traveler on Earth, and just on Facebook, The Time Traveler. Very easy to find him. I just did it. And Hope Holland, The Angel Messenger on Facebook. You can find her there and follow these wonderful people. They can help you. They're full of good light and great, wonderful, pure energy. So thanks, you guys, for coming on. This sure has been enlightening.
Thank you.
Thank you to the both of you.
Yes. Very
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, David. It was a pleasure.
Good night,
working with
everyone.
you.
It was a pleasure working
Thank
with you, Hope. I look forward to talking to you.
Oh, me too.
Right.
Anytime, you guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. You guys
Sorry.
have a
Good
blessed
night.
night.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good
Bye,
night.
everyone.
Bye-bye.